Hello, welcome to Blackpool Uncovered. Today we're going to talk about ghosts, ghostly goings on in and around Blackpool. Although I cannot class them as factual, I've included them in this video for interest's sake. Who really knows? They might be true. Below is a list of the most well known of these, together with the dates of their first occurrence. 10002. There was an alleged battle between the Danes and the local Saxons at Whitegate Lane ends. A ghost or boggart haunted the battlefield for years thereafter. 1066. Mains Hall at Singleton was originally called Monks Hall, and legend tells of 12 monks who died of the plague, being buried under 12 trees behind the hall. Their ghosts haunt the grounds, as does the ghost of Lily, a lady who stands at the top of the stairs at the Tudor Room. Also, the ghost of a cavalier was seen by 12 guests in the corner of the Great Hall, and an incubus is supposed to be attracted to women staying in room number 9. Tells of a boggart in Marton Mere, which was cast into the waters by a local priest. 1154. Rowcliffe Hall, the ghost of a servant girl, Miss Kitty, is said to wander the grounds. 1550s, Bourne or Burn Hall was said to have been haunted by the ghost of a headless wild mare. 1583. At Mowbray Hall on All Hallows Eve, Vivian Haydock is said to have seen the gory head of his son George, who shortly afterwards was martyred. In more recent times, the dim and vanishing figures of priests and monks are supposed to have been seen in rooms adjoining the chapel, together with occasional glimpses of a spectral man walking his dogs. Odd rock band Snorking Pig released a song called Hall of the Gory Head, written about the gory head of Mowbray Hall. 1585, the Eagle and Child Inn at Weaton was built, and the pub claims to have a ghostly goings-on by the name of Bleeding Ears Mirth, and after midnight you can hear him moaning in the bar, scaring away customers. He was said to be an old highway robber from London who came to hide from his previous crimes. Another haunting at the pub was seen by a German shepherd dog who would stare at the same spot on the ceiling above a wooden dresser. The same spirit is once said to have made a fitted carpet ripple like water before tearing itself from the wall. 1643. The headless boggart of Whitegate Lane was the ghost of a farmer, either Mr. Greater X, a tenant of Winnie Hayes, or Mr. Singleton of Marton, dependent on which version you read. He was found headless in a copse after a hard night of drinking in the Saddle Inn, and haunted his killer until he committed suicide. Next, in 1807 on Whitegate Lane, between Hornby Road and Leamington Road, John Miller walked from Leighton, taking a goose for Christmas to an aunt who lived past the Saddle Inn. On his way back, to his left, so close he could have almost touched it, a glowing figure came through the hedge. It was the colour of the underside of a fluke. It seemed to be cloaked, and it did not walk, it glided as though a few inches above the surface of the ground. It also had no head. There was later a tale of another Whitegate boggart, known as Hobthurst, the Luber Friend, and again in May 1857 when the headless lady was seen by 2 men leaving the number 3 inn. 1645. St Michael's Hall and the bridge at St Michael's on Wyre began to be haunted by the spirit of Major Longworth, a former owner. After his death, he visited the hall nightly. Indeed, he completely haunted it, played antics with doors and furniture, made noises with knives and forks and spoons, and so astonished and alarmed the credulous souls of St Michael's became that it was decided to lay his ghost. For this purpose, the combined power of priest and parson was brought into operation, the ghost was laid under the bridge near the hall with the injunction that it had to remain quiet so long as the water flowed down the hills and the ivy remained green. The old Major's ghost has not stirred since then, but his spirit still haunts the riverbank near the hall.